Good day and welcome to Kingsway Ministries Growth Track 1. If you are here today, it means that you most probably like us. But don't worry, we liked you first, and that's why we are so grateful that you are here. My name is Anthony Jacobs, and I am the visionary leader of Kingsway Ministries, and you are going to find out more about Kingsway, who we are, but I'm not going to say a lot about that. You're still going to find out more detail as we go along in Growth Track 1. So my focus this morning is going to be on the heart of Kingsway Ministries, the heart behind Kingsway Ministries. I was very blessed to be called to this assembly. My predecessor has been in this assembly for plus minus 20 years. Quite a long time and quite a journey to take over from a leader that has been in a congregation for such a long time. And when I arrived here, I said, but God, what am I going to do? What is your heartbeat? What is your plan for Kingsway, but also for me as the visionary leader of Kingsway Ministries? So obviously, as a new leader, you would go, you would pray, you would ask for direction. And I remember God said to me, go read Acts, the book of Acts. I said, but God, I've read that, quite frankly, quite a lot of times. It's one of my favorite books, the book of Acts. And in that same time, I was very blessed to be invited with Yielderland Ministries to go to Malaysia. And this was just before I went to Malaysia, asking all these questions about, what Kingsway Ministries should be, where we're heading, etc. And then God said, read the book of Acts. So I love the book of Acts. I started with Acts 1, got stuck at Acts 1 verse 8. You will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes over you. Went to Acts 2, obviously the first part of it, the outpouring of the Holy Spirit, the birth of the early church. Got so excited, got stuck there. Then I read further, verse 42 to 47. I got stuck there because all of these things kind of pointed in the direction of what church should be like. And I remember I couldn't finish the book of Acts. So we went to Malaysia, and on the plane I was still reading. And when I got to Malaysia, where we stayed, somebody gave us a gift. And there was, in this gift package, there was a book. And this book was called The Apostolic Church Arising. And I remember I was so excited because I just read about the book of Acts and it spoke about the apostolic church and the early church, and I couldn't put this book down. In the early hours of the morning, I was reading. And in that book, I started to hear concepts of pastoral church versus apostolic church. And I started to find it, but what is God sharing with me? And he took me to the book of Ephesians 4, where it talks about the fivefold ministry, apostles and a prophet and evangelists and a teachers and a shepherd, to equip the saints for their work of ministry. And that's what I realized. In the past, it used to be one pastor that runs the church. And that one pastor has to do everything, and he has to be the evangelist and the apostle. No. The apostolic church says our job is to equip the saints. That's you, by the way. You are that person that we have to equip, and that's what Growth Track is all about. Growth Track is all about equipping you so that you can become a mature Christian and fulfill God's mandate for you. Obviously, we had such an amazing time in Malaysia, and I couldn't wait to get back to South Africa because I finished reading that book. I went to the book of Acts, I did some more studies, and when we got back to South Africa, I had a meeting with our leadership, and I just shared with them what I experienced, how I see church moving forward, really being an apostolic church. And then in our discussion, somebody mentioned, hey, but maybe we should find out what the original plan was for this church when it was originally started. And I actually found out that Pastor Fanny from Klerksdorp, he is still alive, and I could meet him, and I flew up there and I had discussions with him. And the first thing he said to me is, I was sent there to plant an apostolic church. And when he said that, I was like, but that's exactly what I believe Kingsway should be, an apostolic church to help its members. In other words, not people that just come to church, sit in the pews, go back home. No, to truly be equipped, to truly be effective, to truly be efficient as ministers of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that's why you are part of Growth Track. And that's why Growth Track was designed to help you to actually become that person. Growth Track 1, Growth Track 2, Growth Track 3. So please, you have to be involved in these 3 Growth Track. It's our next step, so that I can see you again at our Growth Track 4, which is our leadership dream team. And I hope you will be part of that leadership dream team. Can't wait to see you at GT4. Shalom.